Good evening, everybody. September 30th, 2021, and let's take a look at Bitcoin today. Had not really follow through here on this. We're just sort of consolidating. I think the best thing to say at this point, clean some of this up, is that if this is going to be an A and this is going to be a B, that probably makes the most sense. We should be looking at this box right here between the 618 and the 1236 as the danger zone for this to be a C, which would then top in this yellow 4 and proceed downwards further into yellow 5. So basically anywhere between 44.5 and 46.5 is expected at a minimum, I would say. We should get into there, with 45,800 being the ideal target at the 1.0 extension of that A and B. So I'm going to go ahead and label that. I think, honestly, at this point, that's the most likely scenario. I think we get maybe somewhere in that 45, mid 45,000 range. And then we probably see a drop afterwards. If instead we can push higher and push above this red box here, especially, get more into the $47,000, $48,000 range, that would make this drop less likely. Doesn't completely take it off the table, because we could be doing something more convoluted where this ABC is part of a larger A, basically, and then we get an ABC down and then an ABC up. And kind of do like a WXY where we are still basically only getting 3 waves, but each one of those is made up of 3 waves within it. So I always try to start with the most simple solution, the most simple pattern, and then go from there. As it complicates things, if need be, we can get a little bit more complicated. But all of that to say, just getting up into this region here, 47, 48, does not clear us of getting these lows here, unless we do it in a way that says we're getting 5 waves here, where this potentially is the first, here's the second, we'll need to get a third up in this region above the orange box, a fourth will have to hold, certainly above 2, basically. It could come down deep, but realistically it should hold about the 0.5 fib or so of this move whenever that ends, and then a 5th up. That's really the only way that I see this potentially being complete and the bottom being in. Otherwise, like I said, I think it's most likely that we're going to get something like this, and then we'll begin a new downward movement into this area. To me, that makes the most sense as far as just fulfilling the move that the market started to make here. It makes the most sense unless we see 5 waves, and if we do, then we would basically pull this back here and say that 5 actually completed all the way back here. It just doesn't really look like it did, to be honest. So I'm still operating under the assumption that we very likely will get another wave down here. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm selling my Bitcoin right now. I still have certainly gotten, I was buying all in this range, and I still have all of those buys, and I'm holding on to them for now. Once we get above, if we get above 45.8, then I'll set my stop a little bit higher. Or if it looks like these 3 waves have completed, I'll set my stop to break even, and then worst case scenario, I just stop out break even and then I buy in lower. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to take the teeny tiny little bit of profit that I would have in this region. To me, I'd rather just hold on to it in case it does press higher and stop out break even if necessary. So that's pretty much what I see right now. It's struggling. I really would have expected this based on this move here. I would have expected it to kind of accelerate up into this region already. This kind of stalling out here is a little strange. It looks like it's struggling to get up there, so we may actually just die from here. Who knows? But I'm certainly not getting bullish vibes from any of this, even though pressing higher is the most likely scenario into this area. I'm not getting any bullish vibes telling me that we will get higher, but I'm prepared for it in the case that we do. So I think that pretty much sums it up. Don't really have anything else to say about RSI at this point. Let's look at the 4-hour. Nothing really to say there. 4-hour PPO is getting into the danger zone. Doesn't mean it can't press higher, but it does strengthen that possibility that once we do get into that zone, that very likely is it's going to be a temporary top, if nothing else, and potentially a greater top before we head down here. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add on the daily either. This daily candle, obviously nice, strong, solid candle, is a good sign. We probably will see a little bit of continuation out of it, so that strengthens the case for this orange box at least. And we just ended the month, and that candle, this is not a bullish candle right here on the monthly, so that's kind of worrisome there as well. We had a similar candle here, and it signified a reversal, and now we're getting that same sort of candle. It may be signaling a bearish reversal, so October may not be the bullish month we want it to be. We'll have to wait and see. Not that it can't go up with a monthly candle that looks like that, but like I said, it's certainly not a bullish sign. This candle sort of looked like that there. This candle sort of looked like it there, and they both went up afterwards. So it's not a death sentence, but it's worth mentioning anyway that the monthly candle we just closed is not necessarily a bullish one. So, all right, that pretty much sums it up, and we'll see where we are in the morning. Good night.